Welcome to Titan Stadium here at Shaler Area High School. Garrow Von Dane joined alongside by my partner Fred Guy. I'm in for Mr. Adam Gusky today. The Woodland Hills Wolverines bring their 2-0 record on the road to face a Shaler squad that is struggling to find wins. Tough stretch for the program here in Shaler. They are 0-2 on the year, but it's homecoming Saturday afternoon football here between the Wolverines and the Shaler Titans. Here to give you a preview now, my partner Fred Guy. Take it away, Fred.
Yeah, Shaler's had a tough stretch over the past couple of years, losing 33 straight, 31 coming into the season, plus another 2 to start the season. So you have a 33-game losing streak, which doesn't bode well when you're facing the number 2 team in the Whippio and Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Yeah, tall order for Shaler here against a Wolverines team that is clicking on all cylinders right now. The Wolverines blowing out Peters Township in week 1. Last week, a bit of a different story against a better club in Bethel Park. Wolverines jumping out with 28 first-half points, but then had to turn to their defense in the second half.
Yeah, and what Bethel Park did very well against Woodland Hills was they passed the ball. Close to 200 yards passing for Levi Matheny last week, and I'm sure Shaler saw that in their tape this week. So look to see Shaler to throw a lot against the Wolverine defense.
Shaler, a team that actually has more passing yards than rushing yards on the season, so yeah, going to have to take to the air, and they're going to have to score a lot of points too, Fred. Woodland Hills is not a low-scoring team. Shaler's going to have to find a way to get points through the air.
Yeah, and that's probably their best bet because run defensively, the running defense for Woodland Hills has been very stingy, not giving up a lot of yards, and they haven't had any 100-yard rushers so far against them.
Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy here from Shaler Area High School, Titan Stadium. It's homecoming on a warm Saturday afternoon here in September. The Wolverines 2-0, the Shaler Titans 0-2 on the year. And Fred, do you think it's a different story? I mean, in the pregame show, Adam talked to head coach George Novak a little bit about getting ready for a Saturday game. It's a different week of preparation when you have a Saturday game versus a Friday game. Not only that, you have to make sure your guys take it easy on Friday night so they're ready for a Saturday game.
Yeah, the last time Woodland Hills played on a Saturday afternoon, I believe, was in 2012. They played at McKeesport against a very stingy McKeesport team. And McKeesport were honoring a couple of their previous championship teams. And Woodland Hills didn't turn out in their favor. They sustained a loss, and they were the number 1 ranked team at the time. So, you know, you change up your preparation. You have that extra day of practice for Friday, usually just a light, going over the plays. But, and again, another thing to think about, too, Garrett, is the fact that they're playing on a natural surface. It's very, very, very rare this day and age with Quad A schools that they play on a natural surface.
Yeah, it caught me by surprise. I have not been to this high school yet. But yeah, it's great to see the grass. And hey, it's a preview, preparation maybe, for a little action on Heinz Field.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. I mean, Woodland Hills, they definitely have everything going for them right now. And especially with the way things panned out last night in Quad A with Central Catholic losing to North Allegheny and Bethel Park beating Upper St. Clair.
A lot of surprises here in the early part of the season, and everything's still wide open. Nobody needs to panic just yet at this point of the year. But it's important games. Woodland Hills, obviously, it's a different form of preparation too when you're facing a team that you know is struggling a lot. And Woodland Hills can't afford to take anybody seriously. Like George Novak said in the pregame, this is Quad A football. Every team's got players. And these guys want to play, and they want to show up against a big program like Woodland Hills.
Certainly, and every player on the bench really needs to be prepared for any situation because, if you struggle against a team like this, you're going to start to get down on yourself. And conversely, if you go up big, the younger players really need to be prepared and get ready to go into the ballgame.
Coin toss at midfield. Natural grass here in Shaler. The homecoming parade taking place this morning before the game. I marched down the parade as well on the long walk here to the stadium with the roads all being cut off. I was pelted by Tootsie Rolls at a frequent rate.
The disappointing part, Garrett, is you forgot to pick up those Tootsie Rolls and bring them to the press box.
I was going to be highly unpopular if I swiped any of those Tootsie Rolls off the street with the scrambling children everywhere. Both teams take to the field. Woodland Hills will be kicking right to left across your screen here from Titan Stadium as we get set to go. The 2-0 Wolverines ranked second in Quad A. The Shaler Titans 0-2, hoping to get a lift from their homecoming crowd. Saturday afternoon kickoff. One of just 3 games today around the WPIAL. Woodland Hills in their road whites with the turquoise and black helmets. Shaler in their dark blues. The kick is off. The roll to the near sidelines. And for some reason, the return man fielded it near the near sideline, or attempted to field it, and went off his hands out of bounds. He could have just let it roll out of bounds.
Yeah, number 21 for Shaler, Jake Hartman, would probably been better served just letting that ball roll out of bounds. It looked like it was headed that way, but just as he approached it, it bounced up, hit him in the chest, and then bounced out of bounds.
Yeah, without question, no reason to get his hands on there. That would have had much better field position. Instead, they start at their own 8-yard line. And so here comes this Titan offense. 160 yards on the ground, 170 yards through the air this year. They're scoring just 6.5 points on average over their first 2 weeks of action. Under center, the fullback, tailback trailing. We'll hand it to the tailback. We'll carry it up ahead for about 2 yards to the 10-yard line. And at quarterback for the Shaler Titans is Jack Quinn.
It looks like Shaler is going to try to set up the pass by coming out with the run on the first play, which, like I said, I thought was a bad idea, as stingy as the Wolverines have been on defense against the run.
Quinn, the 5'10 junior quarterback for the Titans. Center with the 2-back set, 2 wide to the left. Quinn back to pass. He'll throw it to the outside. And breaking 1 tackle, dancing forward, getting positive yards, not enough for the first down. And he's going to get up to about the 14-yard line, it looks like. It'll be a 3rd down here for the Titans, back in the shadow of their own end zone. Just in the way, first possession of the game.
And give a lot of credit to that play from number 11, Dana Wilson-Adams, who slowed up the Titan receiver. And then number 25, Caraway, came in, made the tackle for a short gain.
3rd and 5, single back, trips to the right, single to the left. Looking to his right side, back to pass, throwing, and miss communication on the right side, almost thrown right to Miles Sanders for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, the intended target on that play was number 3, Michael Battaglia, 6'1", 170-pound sophomore. It looked like he was running in, and Quinn was looking to go to take him to the out. And unfortunately for Shaler, Caraway couldn't come up with the other interception.
Shaler will kick it away. 4th and 5 from their own 14-yard line. Woodland Hills is going to get good field position out of this. And the ball is dropped in the punt attempt. He's going to run forward with it, positive yards, get up ahead, and that's going to be a first down. And Fred, I think that was a fake all the way.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It looked like the punter was looking to run with the ball no matter what. He saw something on the left side of the field that made him decide to take the ball and run. Fortunately for Shaler, the snap wasn't good, but he was able to pick it up and pick up the first down.
First down it is. That's a big play for the Titans here early on. Woodland Hills was set to receive at midfield. They were going to have excellent field position, and instead the Titans pick up the first down at the 23. Quinn under center, single back. Wides to the right and left. Tight end packed in, back to pass, not fooled, and in to blow up the play is Joel Shaw getting into the backfield unblocked.
And I'm really shocked that there wasn't an intentional grounding flag thrown on that play, because it looked like there was no receivers in the area, and Quinn was just trying to get rid of the ball to avoid the sack.
Yeah, there was nobody on that near side. Could have easily been flagged. Instead, it's 2nd and down. Bullet dodged for the Titans. On a 2nd and 10 from their own 23-yard line. No score first quarter, 9:55 to go here from Titan Stadium. Quinn with trips to the right. He'll look to his right, uncovered but unable to bring in the pass. The pass was underthrown from Quinn. He was looking for his target on the near side, Austin Seitz, and Woodland Hills blown coverage there, but this time the Wolverines dodge a bullet there as Quinn was unable to connect.
Yeah, and if Shaler's going to be successful in this ball game against Woodland Hills, they really need to come up with catches like that. Even though the ball might have been a little bit underthrown, and he probably wouldn't have got any yardage after the catch because he was on the ground, but still, those types of plays really build confidence in your team especially against a team like Woodland Hills.
Be a 3rd down and 10 here for Shaler from their own 23-yard line. 1 back, 2 to the right, 1 set to the left. Now tight end goes in motion. Come to the right side, set up to block. Quinn takes the snap, drops back, throws underneath the screen. He's got running room. He's got 3 blockers ahead of him. Here he comes. Forward all the way up to midfield. He'll cross midfield into Woodland Hills territory. A big gainer on the screen. And Shaler has the crowd fired up here at Titan Stadium.
Yeah, Shaler's doing a great job of mixing up some short passes, some intermediate passes. That time they did a great job of just executing the screen pass, got the offensive lineman down the field, and Shaler was able to pick up a good 1st down.
A huge gainer on a big play for the Titans. That was Jake Hartman, the 5'8" senior. And Woodland Hills fell for it that time. And Shaler has picked up a couple of big 1st downs on this drive as they move into Wolverine territory at the 47-yard line. A 1st down. Quinn under center, and he'll call a timeout. He saw the play clock running down. And so the Titans will waste a timeout here. No score in the 1st quarter. Wolverines and Titans. Titans on the move. You're tuned into the Wolverines and Titans right here on the MSA Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy here at Titan Stadium. The Shaler Titans on the move here on their 1st possession of the game. No score. 1st quarter, 9:13 to go. 1st and 10 from the Woody High 47-yard line. Handoff. And stopped after maybe a short gain. And there's the running back, Jake Hartman. Hartman has gotten all the carries for Shaler this year. And the Titans, no gain on the play, perhaps a loss of a yard. Hartman, 26 carries, 136 yards on the year with a good average of 5.2. The Titans just haven't been in a position to run the football very much the first 2 weeks of the season, blown out both weeks.
Yeah, and both those weeks they faced pretty tough opponents in Pine Richland. I believe it was Pine Richland and Central Catholic last week.
Yep, tough start. Now they get Woodland Hills. Pass to the far sideline, overthrowing the intended receiver, Schleeper. And Quinn has misfired a couple of times here on this 1st drive. It'll be a 3rd and 11 from the Woodland Hills 48-yard line.
I don't think that was so much as Quinn's fault as it was Schleeper's, because it looked like he was able to at least get 1, maybe 2 hands on it. It looked like he saw number 2 Tariq Thompson headed his direction and kind of short-armed it.
Quinn might be fighting back a couple of willies here in the early going. See if he gets it straightened out as the game progresses. Good 1st drive though here for the Titans. Trips to the right, 1 wide to the left, single back. Quinn back to pass, looking midfield, and he finds his man, but it's overthrown and intercepted. Intercepted, here comes Woodland Hills, back the other way, over midfield, across the 45, and taken down at the Shaler 45-yard line. As Woodland Hills forces the interception on the overthrown ball. And who is it but Jamon Dunn?
And Jamon Dunn did a great job of just basically playing out in the flats, wasn't really doing anything, wasn't really in coverage on man-to-man coverage, and did a great job of just keeping focus as that ball was tipped by the Titan receiver. And then anytime that ball comes around, Jamon Dunn, he's going to snatch it out of the air.
And good hands for Dunn. Better than the intended receiver, had to go off the top of his hands. The ball was overthrown, still could have brought it in though, much like the pass before. Instead, Woodland Hills gets the turnover and good field position from the 45-yard line. The Wolverines with their 1st chance with the football. Handoff and a short gain, falling across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Let's see what the Wolverines can do with their first possession.
Yeah, and the folks watching on the television side, if you watched the game last week, you can see a tremendous slowed down tempo of the game due to the natural surface. These guys are used to running on artificial surface, and when they run on artificial surface, they look like gazelles out there. Right now, it doesn't look like they have their footing about them just yet, but I'm sure that'll come shortly.
It's thick grass, too. It's no putting green. Cooper hands it off to the right side. Cutting to his right towards the sideline. Another cut move. It's Miles Sanders. Sanders getting ahead. Might have got across the 40, but a flag on the field. We'll see what the flag is. No indication as of yet. First possession for the Wolverines, and it's going against the Titans.
Oh.
And did you see the call? I just saw the indication that it was against Shaler.
And that's, you rarely see an illegal block below the waist on the defense.
That's a big call against the Titans. Pushes the Wolverines up 15 yards. Up to about the 23.5-yard line of the Titans as the Wolverines push deeper into Titan territory. Cooper backs on either side. One wide to the left. He's looking for him on the out pattern. He's got him down the seam. And Woodland Hills on the board with a 23-yard touchdown pass. It's Damon Johnson, the 6-foot senior, and Woodland Hills on the board at 6-0.
Gary, I'm going to correct you on that one. It was actually number 33, Mac Hoots.
33.
Basically, what he did, a great job. He had one-on-one press coverage against number 20, Sean Langer, and basically just put a nice juke move to the outside, one inside. Cooper found him on the 3-step post, and once that ball was in Hoots' hands, he was on his way to the end zone.
The Wolverines strike first on the pass play. And just like that, it's 6-0 pending the extra point. Mac Hoots. The extra point is up and good off the foot of Thomas Sullivan. And it's 7-0 Wolverines. 7:31 to go first quarter. Wolverines on top of the Titans. We'll be back to Titan Stadium. You're turned into Wolverines and Titans on the MSA and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Back at Titan Stadium here at Shaler Area High School on homecoming for Shaler. And the Wolverines strike on their first offensive possession, take a 7-0 lead. Mac Hoots, the recipient of a 23-yard touchdown pass from Deron Cooper.
Yeah, and I really thought Shaler had something going with that first drive after the 3-and-out, picking up the first down on the fake punt. But Woodland Hills opportunistic in their defense took advantage of the Titan turnover.
Sure did. Punched it in after a long 15-yard penalty against the Titans. The Wolverines do the rest of the work through the air. It's 7-0 Woodland Hills, 7:31 to go first quarter. On kick back to return, taking up across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Is that Pedrati? Well, that was Nick Few turning that kick for the Shaler Titans. And second possession for Shaler. And the Titans just have to build on what they were able to do for some of that first drive. As they got up over midfield, starting deep in their own end. We'll see what Quinn and his offense can do here, trailing Woodland Hills 7-0 midway through the first. Garrow Von Dane, Fred Guy, at Shaler High School. Saturday afternoon football. It's warm, breezy, somewhat overcast. A good crowd here for this matinee. Quinn back to pass. Got to get rid of it in a hurry, under pressure, throws it near sideline, almost pulled in, but probably wasn't going to be able to keep his feet in bounds. The intended receiver, Killian Bazo. for Shaler. So going back to the air, Quinn and the Titans, 2nd and 10 from their own 26.
Yeah, and I like what Shaler's doing in terms of using different receivers and trying to get as many people involved in the offense as possible.
Yep, got to spread it around, try and keep Woodland Hills defense on their toes, keep them guessing a little bit. Tall order for head coach John LaDon and the Titans going against this Wolverines defense. 2 backs, under center. Quinn drops it off up the middle. Fighting for yards, getting 3 or 4. That's Nick Few, senior for Shaler. Quad A matchup. 2nd-ranked Wolverines. Coming out of the game here is Saeed Holt, banged up a little bit on that play for Woodland Hills. He's going to come to the sidelines, get a breather.
And the one thing I have noticed for Shaler is Jack Hartman, number 21, is not in the ball game. I didn't see him limp off. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
2 wide to the left, single back, 1 right. Under center, Quinn. On a 3rd and 7 from the 29. Quinn drops back, looks to his left, feels pressure, moves to his right. Flag on the play. He's going to be sacked. Ball comes out. Ball on the grass. Who's on top of it? The flag will probably be a holding call against the Titans, but in the meantime, they got to figure out the possession on the fumble. Woodland Hills thinks they have it. No indication yet, and it looks like it's going to be Shaler football, and it is. We'll see what the call is. Came in that area of a holding call. The penalties declined anyway. Oh, and it was. Who did he say recovered it?
Yeah, it looked like Woodland Hills did recover that fumble. Great job of Miguel Cobbs basically bursting through the line, causing the holding call, and then Joel Shaw did a great job of wrapping up the Titan running back, forcing the fumble, which resulted in possession by Woodland Hills.
And it is a Woodland Hills possession. They'll start at the 27-yard line of the Titans. And Titan jumps offside on the near side, and getting in just a little bit too quickly was Christian Henning, outside linebacker junior for the Titans. That'll make it just a little bit easier for Woodland Hills.
Man, it doesn't really seem like Shaler is overmatched per se. It just looks like right now they're making a lot of mental errors. 2 turnovers already in the first quarter, and 2 penalties resulting in at least 20 yards.
Yeah, they're shooting themselves in the foot here early on, the Titans. And here comes the handoff. Taking up to the right side, untouched to his left, and carrying it in for the Woodland Hills touchdown is Joel Shaw.
And Joel Shaw really made that play look very easy. Just took the handoff from Cooper. Great job of the left side of the offensive line of really just paving the way. Nice opening, and once Joel Shaw is in the open field, it's really hard to get him to the turf.
Joel Shaw, the 6'1", 227-pound running back. He's tough to bring down, but even tougher if you don't touch him.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
And Woodland Hills up 13-0. Pretty unstoppable so far in the early going here on offense. Back for the extra point, Sullivan Foglia. Kick it up and through the uprights.
And it was actually no good.
Oh, he missed it wide.
Yep.
Missed it wide. So it'll stay 13-0. Woodland Hills on top of the Titans here on the road. 6:14 to go in the first quarter. Garrow Fontaine, Fred Guy back to Titans Stadium in a minute. You're turned into the Wolverines and Titans on the MSA and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Fontaine in for Adam Gusky, joined by my partner Fred Guy, and good start for the Wolverines, especially on offense. They've been very efficient.
Yeah, I believe they've only run about 4 plays so far. 3 rushing plays, 1 passing play, and resulted in 13 points so far.
Here the kick goes out of bounds, so after missing the extra point on that second touchdown, Sullivan Foglia kicks it out of bounds on the near side. This time Shaler lets it go out of bounds. And good starting field position for the Titans. And again, the Titans, talked about it a few minutes ago, Fred, just shooting themselves in the foot offensively. They've been able to move the football a little bit, but then just making some errors.
Well, they're doing it on defense as well. I mean, the 2 turnovers on offense resulting in 13 Woodland Hills points, but you know, you have a 15-yard below the, I guess below the knee block, chop block, whatever you want to call it, plus a 5-yard encroachment penalty really puts Woodland Hills in a really good situation to put some points on the board.
Titans open with their best starting field position at their own 35-yard line. Quinn will start under center. 2 backs behind him. Anthony Zellin of the fullback. Instead the handoff up to the right side where he's met immediately and taken down on a sure-handed tackle by Derek Caraway.
And Caraway doing a great job of coming up from his corner position to make the tackle on that one. And I personally thought that play was going to go for a lot more by the Titans, but Woodland Hills did a great job of, I believe, number 18 making the initial hit, Benjamin Krings making the initial hit, and then Caraway finishing up the play.
Yeah, it looked like a hole, Hartman, but the fullback missed the block, and that gave the Wolverines some room to make the tackle. 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line. Quinn rolls out to his left. The right arm thrower finds a man open over the middle where it's caught, and then he is absolutely leveled by Miles Sanders on a big hit. But a big completion for the Titans as they get up close to midfield. All the way up to the 49-yard line on the pass connection from Quinn.
And Miles Sanders has relatively been quiet on offense in this game, but he's really making some noise on defense, especially with that last hit.
Hard hit, and that time, though, Quinn with his throw right on the money as he finds Austin Seitz for the first time in this game. Start from the 49-yard line. Seitz, just 2 receptions on the season coming in. Now looking deep, Quinn, he's going to fire deep. He's got a man open. He had a step on Woodland Hills defender, but it's overthrown over Mike Battaglia. He had a step. Chasing him about a step behind was Caraway. Got the ball overthrown by Quinn. Quinn throwing, he does have some strength in that arm.
He definitely did on that play, and Quinn did a great job of play action fake. I was watching the linebackers in the secondary for Woodland Hills on that play, and they all 6 of them really bit on that fake, which led the receiver for Shaler to get open.
So we're hoping some of these pass plays can open up a little bit of running room up front. Here comes a 2nd and 10. They'll try that line, and that line is up to the task this time. No room. Woodland Hills there, and in on that tackle was Clark, number 54, the senior. It'll be a 3rd and 10. No gain on the play.
Garrow also in on that play was number 51, Carlos Blanca Garcia. 6 foot, 230-pound junior who's really getting his first significant playing time of the season.
Saturday afternoon football here at Titan Stadium. It's 13-0 Woodland Hills in front of the Shaler Titans. A 3rd and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Quinn with a single back, 2 to the right, 1 left. He'll look over the middle and well covered, no chance, and really just slapping at that ball was the intended receiver, Seitz. He was well covered. No chance on that play, and Woodland Hills stops the Titans in midfield and force them into a punting situation.
Okay, maybe I'm incorrect in, I guess, the roster for Woodland Hills. Number 18 was Benjamin Krings. It's listed as a 5'7" to 161-pound kicker. I'm going to say that's incorrect.
Looks incorrect. Titans forced to punt. Well, 4th and 10 from their own 49. The kick is high off the foot of Nick Few. And it's fielded deep. Woodland Hills breaking his 1 tackle. Now cutting to his left, trying to find some room. Cut up the middle, carrying it forward for a few positive yards is Jamon Dunn. And there's a flag on the play too, coming in late.
And there's a 2nd flag as well.
And some extracurricular is going to come back to get somebody. It'll be Woodland Hills football, leading 13-0. Let's see what the flags are. Discussion as the referees talk it over. The ball's going to be marked right now just outside the 20-yard line of the Wolverines.
And I thought I saw a Shaler Titan player come over the top of the pile after it was over, after the play was over.
Personal foul against Shaler. Personal foul against Woodland Hills.
And we're going to have offsetting personal fouls against both teams. So some dislike brewing here in the early going. Still 3:53 to go in the first quarter. Guaranteed there's going to be some frustration here for the Titans. Down 13-0 here at home. 0-2 on the season.
And 0 for the last 33. So that definitely will make a team a little edgy, especially coming into a game against the number 2 ranked Woodland Hills Wolverines.
A rough go for the seniors at Shaler. It's been a long time since that last win. Woodland Hills takes over from their own 21. And flags before the snap. And false start against Woodland Hills. The Wolverines will have to move back. This is the deepest in their own end that Wolverines have had to start today. Got good field position after an interception. And a punt. This time they'll be backed up to their own 16-yard line, 1st and 15. But not insurmountable for this Woodland Hills offense.
Certainly not.
Cooper back, one to each side, hands it off to the right side, busting forward for a few. Gaining some positive yards, maybe about 4, is Sanders. Get back some of those yards from the penalty. It'll be a 2nd and long. Clock rolls, 3.5 minutes to go first quarter. 13-0, Wolverines in front. They're going to give them 6 on the play. 2nd and 9.
And again, Miles Sanders relatively quiet so far in this game in terms of offense. I believe this is only his 2nd carry. It's good to see that Woodland Hills is getting some touchdowns and some good plays from some different players.
This time he'll fake the handoff. Cooper will take it himself. He's got room, untouched, but a flag behind the play. Still on the run, near side, and carrying it up and out of bounds on the near side. Big gainer for Cooper as he goes down along the Woodland Hills sideline. He's all right. But the flag will probably bring this play all the way back, and it does. It's against the Wolverines, so a big gain, all for naught. And they're on Cooper. It's going to be a 2nd and long, depending on where they mark this foul. And now the Wolverines shooting themselves in the foot here a little bit on this offensive possession.
Yeah, 2 penalties on this drive so far, and one bringing back a tremendous run by Cooper, who got some great downfield blocking from Jamon Dunn, as well as the left side of the offensive line, but all for naught due to the holding call.
A huge hole on that left side. The holding may have helped out a little bit. 2nd and 20 from the 11-yard line. These Wolverines are going backwards here. Leading 13-0. Good to have you with us here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and MSA Sports. 2nd and 20. Cooper is back to pass. He'll drop it underneath, and it's off the hands as he was looking to drop it off short to Jamon Dunn.
And Woodland Hills was looking to run the wide receiver screen on that play. It looked like it was set up very, very well, but I don't know if that ball was out in front of Dunn a little bit too much, or Dunn thought about running the ball before he could catch it. And unfortunately, Woodland Hills is looking at a 3rd down and long.
3rd and long is right. 3rd and 20 here. Cooper probably going to look to go to the air here again as the Titans try and get their first defensive stop of the game. And now we're going to have a timeout. We'll come right back to Titan Stadium. The Wolverines have a 3rd and 20 when we come back, leading by 13, 2:54 to go first quarter. You tune into the Wolverines and Titans on the MSA and Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy with you live from Titan Stadium here at Shaler Area High School. Homecoming Saturday afternoon. It is warm and humid here. And the Wolverines have a long 3rd and 20 from their own 11-yard line, leading by 13 here in the first quarter. Cooper back to either side. He's got 2 to the right, 1 wide to the left. Cooper fakes the handoff, drops back. He's looking to go deep. Pressure coming. He dances away from it to his right. Now he's just going to tuck it and run to the right side. He's going to pick up yards, and not enough for the first down. He's going to cross the 20 up to about the 25-yard line. And a Shaler Titan down on the far sideline shaken up. Wolverines are going to be forced to punt for the first time in this football game. And after a few penalties, forced into a 3rd and 20. Wolverines will kick it away as the Titans come up with a big defensive stop when they really needed it.
Yeah, you're right on that one, Garrett. Woodland Hills has done a great job offensively today, but Shaler really hasn't folded after those 13 points on those 2 turnovers. They did a great job on that last drive defensively of just covering the receivers, forcing Cooper to run the ball. Fortunately for Shaler, they were able to get him out of bounds before he picked up the first down.
Another stoppage here. Man down on the far sideline was Anthony Zelina, the senior linebacker, as he is now walking slowly on the far sideline on the Shaler side. Working a Franklin Regional game last night. It was a lot of cramping in the game last night on both sides. Back to kick. Wolverines punted away. Short kick up to the Shaler 45 where it's fielded there. Moving up ahead across into Woodland Hills territory and dragged down was Jake Hartman on the return, but good starting field position for the Shaler Titans as they trail it here 13-0, 2:32 to go in the first quarter. But boy, a big stop for the Titans. They need those kind of victories in this game. They got to keep the score close just to keep that mental focus alive here in the first half.
Yeah, and Shaler's done a great job of not being overwhelmed by Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills has done a great job defensively of 2 turnovers, but Shaler still keeps hanging around, picking up yards. And, obviously the Shaler wide receivers are able to get free of the defensive backs for Woodland Hills, as we've seen on that last drive.
Titans get the ball again. Jack Quinn, this time in the pistol with Hartman to his left. Take the snap, look to his left, looking to throw, drop a short pass and knocked away. Again, the pass just a little bit off the mark, throwing it behind sights, and it was batted away by Thompson.
Yeah, it looked like Quinn was second-guessing himself on that last play. Thought he had sights open, was covered by Tariq Thompson. Tariq Thompson last week had an interception in the end zone against Bethel Park and has been a great coverage linebacker, but Thompson did a great job of just batting that ball to the turf.
Yep, getting a hand out there to knock it away. Quinn still misfiring a little bit here. He's missed some chances. 2nd and 10. This time he'll just hand it off to Hartman. He'll take it up the middle, bounce off a 1 tackler, move forward gain of about 3 or so. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be a 3rd and manageable for the Titans in Woodland Hills territory. 2 minutes, 10 seconds and counting to go first quarter. A couple of quick strike scores for the Wolverines. 23-yard touchdown pass to Mac Hoots from Deron Cooper and a 22-yard touchdown burst from Joel Shaw. Have the Wolverines on top, 13-0. Missed extra point on the 2nd touchdown. Titans break the huddle. Quinn, shotgun here with Hartman to his left. Tight end in motion to his right. Quinn looks to his right. He's going to throw it underneath. Man was bumped before he fielded the ball. Thought they might get a flag on that call for the bump, but still able to get his hands on it. Not able to catch it was Austin Seitz, the intended receiver again for Quinn. No completion, and the Wolverines force the punt after The Titans started with good field position. It'll be a 4th and 5 from the 37-yard line, and we assume they're going to be punting here, but they might elect to run.
And it looks like me that Woodland Hills has vastly improved on their secondary and pass coverage in this game as opposed to last week.
Titans faked one from deep in their own territory earlier this quarter. And this time they will kick it away. To receive and running to his left, breaking one tackle, breaking another one. Now a little spin move to the left side. He comes out of traffic, still on his feet. Now a flag comes in, still running is Sanders. Sanders going to head down the sideline, a flag behind the play. But for the meantime, Sanders runs all the way in for the score. And we'll see what the call is. Sanders with a heck of a run, but it's all going to come back. What an effort from number 4 for the Wolverines. All for nothing, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah, Garrett, I'm personally used to seeing a lot of Miles Sanders touchdown runs called back due to a penalty. I didn't really see what could have caused it, but tremendous run of just breaking tackles, spin moves. It's almost like he's out of an Xbox game. Just with the way he jukes and moves and spins, and then once he's done spinning, he can get back to full speed almost instantly.
That's backyard football, just great moves by Sanders. But that's when you're going to see a lot of penalties too, all that change of direction. Guys are blocking the wrong way. And it comes all the way back. Wolverines will start at their own 37-yard line. Heck of a run, though, from Sanders. Yeah, these two backs that the Woodland Hills Wolverines have, they must just cause some sleepless nights for the opposition the week before a game between Joel Shaw and Miles Sanders.
Yeah, it's very hard to stop either one of these backs. You know, Miles Sanders is a little bit more of the faster running back. Joel Shaw brings a lot of power. You know, not to mention he does have good speed for a guy his size.
Starting from their own 14-yard line, they hand off, finding some open space on the near side. There's Joel Shaw, lowers the boom as he gets close to the sideline. What a big pickup. Time running down here in the first quarter, 54 seconds to go. Clock stopped with Shaw going out of bounds on the near side. What a good pickup on first down. Gain of 15 up to the 29-yard line.
And right on cue, just as I mentioned, his speed. Joel Shaw breaks it over to the left side and is able to pick up the first down.
Titan Stadium here at Shaler Area High School on homecoming. Warm Saturday afternoon. Garrow Von Dane in for Adam Gusky alongside Fred Guy. 13-0 Wolverines, under a minute to go first quarter. Cooper back, will hand it off, and carrying it up, and busting over the middle. Here comes Shaw. Shaw breaks a tackle. Shaw's gonna head all the way down for pay dirt. Shaw across the goal line, touchdown Wolverines. It's 19-0, and no flags this time. The Wolverines punch it in again.
That's what I like to do on a long run by any Wolverine running back, is make sure you look back to see if there aren't any flags. Joel Shaw really did a great job of making people miss. I mean, had a good cutback lane. Once he got to the middle of the field, took a left turn, got it to the sidelines, and then into the end zone.
An almost deceptive speed. He's so big that he doesn't look that fast, but nobody could catch him on that one. And the Wolverines explosive on offense here today. And slowly making his way back up the sideline, a little bit winded. The 6'1" senior Joel Shaw. Extra point is low and blocked. I don't know if it was blocked or if it just went into the line. It was so low. But it's 19-0. The Wolverines in front of the Titans. We're still in the first quarter, 40 seconds to go. Back to Titan Stadium in a minute. You're tuned into the Wolverines and Titans on MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Von Dane, Fred Guy back with you here at Titan Stadium, Shaler Area High School. All Wolverines here in the early going have jumped out with 3 touchdowns. Explosive on offense, Fred. 19-0 Wolverines in front.
Yeah, Woodland Hills has just done a great job in terms of running the ball. even though they got that one touchdown pass by Mac Hoots from Deron Cooper, the running game for Woodland Hills really has been explosive, especially, I mean, the offensive line is doing a great job of putting a hat on the hat, but the running backs are doing a great job of just running away from these Shaler Titan defenders.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well put, Fred. The line opening up the holes and making the big gaps, and like you said, just running away from whoever's left upfield. Short kick, it'll be fielded and just falling down with the football at the 29-yard line is Adam Wenger. And Shaler will start from their own 29 late here in the first quarter.
You know, and if there's any area where Woodland Hills is really coming up short has been in the special teams. 2 missed extra points as well as a kickoff that went out of bounds really isn't sitting, I'm sure really isn't sitting well with the kicker, Sullivan Folio.
No, can't be. He was upset with himself after that low extra point attempt. Quinn under center from the 29-yard line. Shaler trailing by 3 scores now. Play action fake, drop back, nobody open, they'll tuck it in, try to run, but he's brought down immediately by number 51, Carlos Blanco Garcia, the outside defensive lineman. 6 foot, 230 pounder for the Wolverines. There was a loss of 4 on the play.
And I thought Quinn had significant time to sit back there and survey the field. It looked like a couple of Titan receivers were open, but they, Woodland Hills defensive line did a great job of getting to him.
And a timeout on the field here. Time has run out on the first quarter clock. It's all Wolverines here so far from Titan Stadium in Shaler. It's 19-0 Wolverines in front of the Titans. We'll be right back to Titan Stadium. Tune in to Wolverines and the Shaler Area Titans on the MSA Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Von Dane, Fred Guy here at Titan Stadium. A warm Saturday afternoon in Pittsburgh here in the Shaler area. Homecoming. And the Woodland Hills Wolverines here to spoil this homecoming for the Titans. Titans take over. 2nd and 13 from their own 26-yard line as the Titans go right to left now across your screen. Hand off to the right side. No room. Backing up now. Fumbling on the play. Unable to find it. Who's going to come up with the football this time? Fumbling the football was Hartman. And I think it's going to be Wolverine football. And it is. The Titans. Disaster as they fumble it deep in their own territory and hand the Wolverines a short field. There's a flag on the play. First down, Wolverines. Flag on the turf, but I think they're just going to pick it up.
No, I think it was actually a call against Shaler, which Woodland Hills declined, resulting in the turnover for Woodland Hills.
Woodland Hills will take over on the 15-yard line with a short field. Hartman cannot make mistakes like that deep in his own territory. Trying to do a little too much on that play. Lost the football. To the right side. And a little stiff arm and just jogging into the end zone for the Woodland Hills. Touchdown is Miles Sanders. And a quick punch-in score. And that was just too easy for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Miles Sanders really just took the handoff from Cooper, went around the right side, shed one Titan defender on his way to the end zone. He really made it look very easy.
And that cannot be pleasing to John Ladon, head coach of the Shaler Titans. It's just been too easy on some of these possessions for Woodland Hills. Just not even getting a body on a man. 25-0, they're going to pass here instead of kick the extra point. Throw to the near side is completed, breaking one tackle and another, then dropping the football was Joel Shaw. And two-point conversion will not convert. And the Wolverines have taken a 25-0 lead here in the second quarter. Wolverines rolling here at Shaler. Garo Von and Fred Guy will be right back to Titan Stadium. You're tuning in to Wolverines and Titans on MSA and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garo Von and Fred Guy, great to have you joining us on a Saturday afternoon from Shaler area. It's homecoming here for the Titans. It has felt anything but like a homecoming. The Wolverines feeling at home here on the road. Enjoying a 25-0 lead. 4 touchdowns on the board. And we still have 11:39 to go second quarter. Back to kick. Sullivan Foglia. He'll let it fly from the 40-yard line. Titans deep man will scoop it up. Head to his right. Trying to find some room where he is brought down hard. Carrying that football was Zakowski. And a good sure-handed tackle by the Wolverines. Wolverines been good on defense today and on special teams. And Shaler will take over again here with 11:31 to go. Second quarter in a deep hole and just want to have some sustained movement on offense here. Keep the ball away from the Wolverines offense for a little bit.
Yeah, it's been tough for Shaler, especially on offense right now. Really struggling to find open receivers. It looks like, you know, Quinn has some time to survey the field, and he's had some receivers open, and he's just not connecting with them right now.
Yeah, Quinn has been misfiring here in this first half. Has had those chances, connected on a few, but going to need a lot more. Single back, Quinn under center. He'll hand it off to the right side, carrying it up and then being met immediately. And this is going to go as a loss for the Titans. And the only victory there is they run a little clock and keep their defense on the sidelines for another minute or so.
Yeah, great penetration by the 2 defensive tackles for Woodland Hills. Miguel Cobbs and Will Clark have done a great job all year of applying pressure into the backfield pretty much at will.
There's Nick Few on the carry, a loss of 1 back to the 26-yard line. And this time Quinn from the pistol. Few to his right, trips to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Looking to his left, the ball is slapped away, and probably just as good. He was looking for sights on the near side, but 2 Wolverines were right there. Should that pass connect? And it's a 3rd and 11 from the 26-yard line. The Titans, though, they've had movement at times on offense, but defensively they've got to find some answers.
Yeah, I mean, and it's really all about just trying to bottle up Sanders and Shaw. And I know that's an easy thing for us to say because we're up here in the booth, but you know, Bethel Park did a great job in the second half of really putting a hat on a hat and swarming to the ball with 3 or 4 defenders.
Quinn back with trips to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Single back on his right hip. Quinn from the pistol looks. He's got some time. Now he throws. He's got a man near side and again overthrown. The intended receiver on the near sideline was Darian Pedrati. And again, Shaler just can't connect on the passes. And it'll be a 4th and 11 from their own 26-yard line.
And Quinn's doing a great job of finding open receivers, but you know, he's either shorting the ball or putting the ball over the heads of these Titan receivers, which isn't helping his team at all.
5'10" junior quarterback for Shaler. Just a little bit off here today. 4th and 11 from the 26. 10:36 to go, second quarter. Wolverines by 25. A punt off the side of the foot. Oh boy. And that is going to be a very short kick for the Titans. Things are going from bad to worse right now for Shaler. A really short kick goes out of bounds off the foot of Nick Few. And the Wolverines are going to take over in Shaler territory. And they're going to mark the ball at the 40-yard line. Quad A Southeast standings, the Malaman Blue Devils off to a good start at 3-0. 2-0 in conference play, Wolverines 2-0. Upper St. Clair is 2-1 on the season after the loss. Penn Hills 1-1, 1-2 overall. Bethel Park evens their record out at 1-1 and 1-2 overall. Peters Township just behind them. Handoff, left side, no room. Titans blow up this play, but racing to his right now and finding room to the right side is Sanders. Sanders finds open grass. Sanders to the 10, the 5, the touchdown Look at the individual effort by number 4, and Sanders scapers into the end zone for another Woodland Hills touchdown. They are running away with it here at Shaler.
Again, I was looking for flags on the field. Sanders, great job of starting out to the left, saw that there was nothing open. A couple of Titan defenders had him in the grass, but he was able to get out of it, come back to the right side, picked up a nice block by Joel Shaw, and then the rest of it is, just an easy cakewalk into the end zone.
And how do you defend even at this point? If you're Woodland Hills, it's, hey, we're going to give it to you, and you just figure it out. Extra point this time is up, and again, no good. Well, if anything's not going well for the Wolverines today, it's the kicking game.
Yeah, 0 for the last 4. 3 point after attempts missed, and then a 2-point conversion failed as well.
31-0, Wolverines in front of Shaler. There's still 10-11 to go here in the second quarter. We'll be back to Titan Stadium on homecoming in just a minute. You're tuned into the Wolverines and Titans on MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network. High end over kick, fielded by Shaler at their own 5-yard line. Hartman's going to carry it up, bounce off a few tacklers, and a good return for number 21 for the Titans. He'll bring it up to the 31-yard line, and that's where Shaler will start. In a big hole here, 31-0. Garo Von Dane and Fred Guy. And Fred, what do you do here if you're the Titans?
I'm going to say an old adage that I've heard over the past couple of days: drop back 10 and punt. You really don't. It's kind of hard to figure out what to do offensively against this defense of Woodland Hills, and then conversely on offense, Woodland Hills is really just scoring at will right now.
You just have to keep it away from their offense one way or another. Under center, Quinn will hand it off. The back man will go up, meet a wall, and it's going to go as another loss. And that's what's getting worse right now for Shaler. They're unable to run at all. They're running for negative yards now in the last few possessions.
Yeah, the front seven for Woodland Hills has really been tenacious all season long, with players like Miguel Cobbs and Will Clark, defensive linemen. Then you have Tariq Thompson, who, if your running back's going to get to your second level, he's not going to get very far because Tariq Thompson is going to be right in his face to make a tackle.
They go back to Hartman. They had Few in the backfield on the last possession. Now they bring Few back in again. The lone setback. Quinn under center. 2 wide to the left, 1 right. Quinn will turn to his right and hand off. Few will bounce off 1 tackler and still nowhere to go. Another loss of a yard. It's going to be a 3rd and 12 from the 29-yard line, and now they're going to have to go back to the air. They're going to mark it a 3rd and 13. 8:50 to go. Clock rolling here in the second quarter.
And I really think it's too early for Shaler to abandon the passing game because it was successful on their first couple of drives.
Under center, here's Quinn. Tight end in motion going to his left. Sets up off tackle. Quinn back to pass, looking 3 men on him. They're going to drop the screen. This one worked earlier in the game, and it's going to work again right here. Here comes Few. Few to his right. Few breaks a tackler. Few's going to go down the sideline. He's got 1 to beat, and he's going to burst the final 5 yards into the end zone. And look at the run from Nick Few on the screen pass. The Titans have run that twice in the game, and it's been huge positive yards for them both times. The Titans finally get on the board. It's 37-6.
Yeah, Shaler really caught Woodland Hills in an over pursuit. All 4 defensive linemen came up the field. And Shaler did a great job of running the screenplay and executing it. And you really have to give a lot of credit to Few on those last 20 yards because he was shaking, dodging, battling Woodland Hills defenders all the way to the end zone.
Oh, what a run from Few. 31-0. Scoreboard said 37-0 for a minute there. 31-6 now, pending the extra point. Zach Ferrion will kick it up and through. And it's a 31-7 game. Titans finally get on the board. Still in a big hole. 31-7 Wolverines, 8:18 to go, second quarter. We'll be back at Titan Stadium in a minute. Tune in the Wolverines and the Shaler Titans on MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Good day to come check out some afternoon football in the WPIAL. University of Pittsburgh not playing until later. Chance to come out, see some good high school football here at Shaler area. Glad to have you with us wherever you're tuned in from. Garo Vondane in for Mr. Adam Gusky today alongside Fred Guy. Wolverines jumped up to a 31-0 lead, but Shaler getting on the board. 71-yard touchdown scamper on the screen to Nick Few. And it's a 31-7 game. Crowd finally was something to cheer about. On the home side, Titans will kick it off for the first time in the game. Titans got the ball first. Open the game. A short, high kick fielded at the 31-yard line by Dunn. Dunn's going to carry to his left. He's going to try and push his way through. He'll be met by a gang at the 45-yard line, but that whole gang fights forward across midfield into Shaler territory, where he's brought down at the 49-yard line of the Titans. Good starting field position for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and after a short kickoff, and I think what Woodland Hills is, they really disguised their kick return, because they had Sanders and Dunn, who are usually their speedy returners that are deep, right about the 30-yard line. So I think Woodland Hills anticipated a short kick from Shaler.
And the market at the 48-yard line, just outside the 48. Wolverines will start there. Snapping the football, Lamont Spratley. And this time, Cooper with Shaw to his left. Cooper drops back, coming in from the far left side. Catch that ball, and it's going to be no gain, was Jermaine Wynn. He was set up wide left. Came straight back in, and it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play, back to the 50-yard line.
And it seems to me, Garrett, that it looked like that play took way too long to develop. I mean, with the receiver being as wide out as he was, trying to bring him in, and it just didn't look like it developed as fast as it probably should have.
Well, the Wolverines are having just tremendous success just handing off and running the football. Simple plays, off tackle. They're going to send out 3 wide to the left now. Cooper and overthrows his wide open man on the near side. That's Joel Shaw. And you think the Wolverines at this point, with a big lead here, Fred, are they just experimenting with some different things on offense now? Maybe, dare I say it, looking ahead. You don't want to say you're looking ahead right now, but is this a point in the game where you try some different things that you're going to need down the stretch?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they really need to work on their passing game offensively. You have a lot of talented receivers, and you have 2 backs that you can bring out of the backfield into the flats like they did on that last play. I initially thought that he was going to hit Wynn that was running a post, because there was no safety coverage whatsoever in the middle of the field. And I thought if he had hit him in stride, it probably would have resulted in a touchdown.
Cooper to his right, looking, finding a man on the near sideline and unable to hold on. Trying to keep his toes in bounds and unable to hang on. It was Jamon Dunn.
And that was an excellent route by Jamon Dunn. Did a great job of finding the lead stick. And unfortunately, Cooper just threw it out there a little bit too far out of his reach.
Wolverines will be forced to punt from midfield. Started with good field position just across the 50. And we'll kick it away here. Give it back to the Titans with 7:09 to go in the second quarter. It is warm here now. The sun's making its way towards the press box here. Soon we'll be cooking like Thanksgiving turkeys about 2 months early.
I'll put it out there for the fans. Gobble, gobble.
Titan Stadium here in Shaler. And it's all Wolverines jumping out to a 31-0 lead. And the Titans getting on the board. 71-yard catch and run on the screen to Nick Few. And a little something positive for Shaler here in the second quarter. And boy, Fred, they really need it. I mean, it's a tough coaching job when your team's lost 33 games and you're 0-2 on the year. You're facing Woodland Hills, a big deficit in the first half. You need something positive.
And at that point, you really just need to be more of a cheerleader as a head coach than anything. Keep your guys' spirits up. Let the assistant coaches work on the technical things, but really get into the ear of your key players. Let them know that things are going to get better as the season goes on, because from what I've seen, Shaler is not a bad team whatsoever. They're just getting unlucky, and Woodland Hills is doing a great job as well.
Back to punt. Long kick off the foot of Chris Wilson. Deep. It's fielded at the 1-yard line and rolls into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. And the Titans will take the ball from the 20-yard line. Just under 7 minutes to go. And the Titans had some good possessions out of the opening gates. And turnovers spoiled a few of those possessions. So at times have been able to move the football, but the two big plays they've had in the game have come on screen passes. Big gainers. And we'll see what we get here from the Titans as they start from their own 20, down 31-7. Quinn under center. Will drop back. He's looking to his right. In the flat. Caught. Hit. Brought down by Dana Wilson Adams. And a short gain on the far side. And now the Titans would just like to hold on to the football for the rest of the half if they can, and put some points on the board and head to the locker room with good feelings. Wolverines, on the other hand, would like to force the Titans into a 3-and-out and get the football back in good field position.
Yeah, and with Shaler passing the ball as well as they have the last drive, maybe they can get a quick strike, get the ball back, and try to get 2 scores before the half's over.
Saeed Holt, we saw there on the sideline, getting his left knee taped up. Holt for Woodland Hills. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, and he's a key member of the special teams unit. It's constantly on tackles, whether it be the kicking game or the punting game, and also he's a backup linebacker as well.
And now he's shouting to family on the near bleachers. They want to know what's up with him, as he has some ice taped on his left knee. Titans 3rd and 7 from their own 23. Quinn looking to the left side and well overthrown, and it just lands right in the hands of Jamon Dunn. Here comes Dunn up the right side. Dunn's got one to beat, and he's met and brought out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. I don't even think he saw that football coming. It just landed on his numbers. Jamon Dunn, there were 3 Wolverines there in position. Dunn comes up with the interception.
Might be a flag on it.
Interception to Jamon Dunn. And again overthrown, and it's just been a tough afternoon for the Shaler quarterback, Jack Quinn.
And it seems like Shaler's done a great job of when they throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, whether it be a screen or a wide receiver screen, running back screen, whatever the case may be. But once you start to throw the ball down the field, he's really been inefficient, whether it's throwing the interceptions or throwing the ball over the receivers' heads.
Last 4 Woodland Hills possessions have started in Shaler field position. Spinning, dancing, fighting for more yards is Joel Shaw. This possession starting at the 30. The previous one starting at the 48. One before that at the 40. One before that at the Shaler 15. So it's safe to say the Wolverines are winning the field position battle.
Yeah, and the great thing about that is the fact that they're taking advantage of the field position that they're being given in the first half.
Wolverines with a comfortable 31-7 lead here on the road. We'll have a halftime show coming up in just a bit. Cooper in the pistol. To his left, Miles Sanders. Trips to the left, one to the right. Looking downfield, throwing ahead, right onto the hands, and a good soft-handed catch up the middle. That was Stephen Poole. Was that Poole who fielded that?
Yeah, that is correct. That's Poole's first catch of the season. Really hasn't been targeted much this season, despite being listed in some publications as one of the better tight ends in the WPIL. I believe that's only the second time he's been targeted in his first catch of the season.
Oh, showing some nice hands there on the fingertips. First down and goal from the 9-yard line. 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Cooper back to pass under pressure. Drops it off near side, lots of room, and jogging in, untouched for the touchdown is Abram Abramowitz, the 6'3" junior for the Wolverines. It's 37-7, Woodland Hills.
And it looks like Woodland Hills ran the same route on both sides of the field. Abramowitz making a nice catch, his first catch of the season, which resulted in his first career touchdown.
So, the Wolverines mixing it up now on offense. And it has the same result. Touchdown Wolverines. Another extra point attempt here for Sullivan Fogley, and this time he kicks it high and true. Woodland Hills extends that lead to 38-7. 3:52 to go, second quarter. We'll be back to Shaler in just a minute. You're tuned in to the Wolverines and the Titans on MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Von Dane in for Adam Gusky, who's seated on a beach drinking a cocktail right now. No, he's working in Robert Morris. Fred Guy stuck here with me today. Beautiful day in Shaler area. Wolverines enjoying a 38-7 lead over the Titans. Trying to go 3-0 on the young season. The boot is deep, fielded at the 4-yard line. Up with it, finding a lot of traffic at the 20. Parker Kilgore on the return for the Shaler Titans. All Wolverines here, Shaler now. Down by 31. And we'll get the football back here late in the second quarter. Try to get something positive here late. The Wolverines scoring at will here so far today, Freddie.
And they have been just done a great job of really mixing in some passing as well as the running game. And I do have an update on number 18. It's actually Diamond Johnson, who previously wore jersey number 23, which makes a lot of sense because he's been in a lot of plays so far for the Woodland Hills defense.
And off at some hard yards. The Shaler Titans. And no gain on the play. And down on the field for Shaler is number 77, a big defensive lineman, Massimo Vozza, 5'8" sophomore, 5'8", 260-pound lineman. A wall in the middle of that defensive line for Shaler Titans, who also plays on offense. He is down on the field, and they are going to tend to him. It's all Wolverines here in the first half, 38-7. We'll be right back to Shaler. Tune in to the Wolverines and Titans on MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network.
despite them scoring a touchdown on that screenplay, would you say 71 yards?
Yep, 71-yard screen.
Woodland Hills really has done a great job, other than that, defensively, of bottling them up and causing turnovers.
Pine Richland and Mount Lebanon are both 3-0, ranked 6th and 7th respectively. North Allegheny at 2-1 in the 8th spot. Plum at 3-0 is 9th, and North Hills rounds out the Quad A rankings, number 10, with a 2-1 record. A lot of the traditional powers in that top 10, ranked where you might expect.
Plum being the big surprise this year.
The surprise. 38-7, no surprise. Wolverines in front of the Titans. Sidecars the right and left for Quinn as he drops back, throws to his left, fielded on almost on one knee, able to keep his knee off the grass, and then a big hit on the near sideline. Positive yards for Jake Hartman. And they're going to have to hit guys in open field and let their athletes try and gain some yards offensively, are the Titans, and that's what they try to do with Hartman right there. And instead, it's a long 3rd down here after the penalty. The ball will be marked on the 25-yard line. And it is a 3rd and 7, so a pickup of 8 on the play.
And I'm really surprised they didn't call him for his knee being down as he caught the ball. But once he was in the open field, Diamond Johnson did a great job of just making a nice tackle back up underneath his shoulder pads and drove him out of bounds.
3rd and 7 from the 25. Quinn back to pass, looks to his right, tosses it to the outside, caught there on the far sideline, trying to fight for that 1st down. And I think he's going to come up short. That's Barbarino, I think, on the reception. And brought down on the far sideline. And where are they going to mark this football?
It's like he picked up the 1st down.
Yeah, great effort there. And that time, Quinn connecting. He's had trouble doing this afternoon. Comes up with a big one on 3rd and 15. The ball spotted at the 35-yard line. And 1st down for the Titans. The clock rolling, under 2 minutes to go.
And Quinn's been really efficient in the 0 to 5, 10-yard range from the line of scrimmage and with the screen passes.
If they can do anything here, Shaler going into the half is just that, having him connect a few times and build that confidence a little bit. 1st down from the 35. Quinn back to pass, looking over the middle. Everybody covered. He's going to take off with it, but he's not going to get very far. He is brought down there by multiple white jerseys, including number 53, Miguel Cobbs.
A great job of Woodland Hills in the secondary of keeping everybody man-on-man coverage. There was nothing for Quinn downfield, so he had no choice but to tuck and run. But unfortunately, when you're in front of number 53, Miguel Cobbs, it's kind of hard to get away from that guy. He's been one of the more sure tacklers the Woodland Hills has had this year.
And good movement, too, for the 300-plus pounder for Woodland Hills. Titan Stadium, it's been all Woodland Hills here this afternoon. A 38-7 lead over Shaler, and everything working on both sides of the football for Woodland Hills and running at will. And then the last few positions, Fred, just trying to change it up a little bit and open up their offense.
Yeah, I think they're trying to work on more of the passing game to just in case they need it later on in the season. Really hasn't been as efficient as probably Coach Novak has wanted it, but really has done a great job today with it.
Sure have, and Woodland Hills firmly in control here. And the timeout on the field as the Titans are, at the very least, even if they don't get anything out of this drive, they needed that 1st down. They didn't want to give the ball back to Woodland Hills here late in the half and let the Wolverines try for another score here before the half. Woodland Hills firmly in control of this football game right now.
Yeah, right now you just want to build confidence going into the locker room so you can make some adjustments, come out in the 3rd quarter, and at least have somewhat of a prideful second half.
Next week, the Wolverines will travel to Baldwin to face the Highlanders. 7:30 kickoff, 7:10 begins the coverage. Adam Gusky will be back with you. Sack on the play, and Titans field getting a little longer now. 3rd down, all marked at the 26-yard line. 3rd and 11 with a minute to go here in the 2nd quarter.
It's like Jamon Dunn came off the field with holding it. Looks like he was dragging his shoulder or his arm around as he came off the field.
We'll make that a 3rd and 19 here. Time's going to roll, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans just handed it off here, kept the football on the ground, and let the clock roll. Of course, Woodland Hills could call a timeout to get the football back, but I don't suspect they'll do that at this point of the half. And Quinn looks like he's going to throw. 27 seconds to go. Clock rolling. Quinn back to pass. Looking upfield. He's got time. He's got time. Throws to the near sideline. Complete. Caught. It's going to be short of the first down as he finds Parker Kilgore Darian Pedrati for positive yards. And time will run out here, and they won't even kick it away. Woodland Hills will not call a timeout, and we are going to go into halftime with Woodland Hills taking a 38-7 lead here in the first half. The big first half for the Wolverines on the road here at Shaler Area High School, 38-7 in front of the Titans. We'll be back with a halftime show coming up next. You're tuned to the Wolverines and Titans right here on the MSA Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Woodland Hills Wolverines ranked 2nd in the Quad A standings in WPIAL. They are enjoying a 38-7 lead here at halftime. We're at Shaler Area High School. It's homecoming for Shaler. Long losing streak for the Titans. They have a tall order ahead of them as they trail Woodland Hills by 31 here in the second half. Woodland Hills is going to get the football to start, and unless they have a big return, it's going to be one of those few occasions where Woodland Hills starts in their own territory today.
Yeah, and with anything else with Woodland Hills, that's just as explosive aspect of the game as their offense and defense. I mean, their return game has done a great job getting a punt return from Jamon Dunn to start the season, and you know, you put the ball in the hands of Sanders, Dunn, Shaw. Who knows what can happen?
Shaler has to avoid the turnover bug in the second half. It's great to have you with us wherever you're tuned in from for Woodland Hills football. Here on the road against the Shaler Titans. Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy with you live here from Titan Stadium. The Wolverines with a 38-7 lead here in the half. Kickoff minutes away here for the second half. The Wolverines will get the football to start half number 2. Shaler got the ball in the first half and started to move the football, but then threw an interception to Jamon Dunn, and really the Wolverines getting a 23-yard pass to Mac Hoots moments later. They've been in control throughout.
Yeah, I mean, Woodland Hills really just keeping the tempo as high as it possibly can throughout the first half, basically scoring at will. I mean, really the scoreboard should be a lot higher in Woodland Hills' favor if it wasn't for a punt return that was called back by Miles Sanders due to a holding call.
That was a great individual effort to a highlight play. That one will still go on the highlight reel for Miles. And some of that just great athleticism, that backyard football. Here, take it and do what you can with it. And we see that sometimes. And when you have athletes like that, why not? Especially if you have, boy, you've talked about it a few times today, the line has been opening up the big holes, and then you just let your athletes do the rest.
Yeah, I mean, with the way these guys have literally been able to drive open up a hole that you can drive a Mack truck through. That's every coach's expression from Pee Wee football all the way up through high school. These guys have just done a great job of pretty much manhandling the Shaler Titan defense, the front seven, and paving the way for excellent games for Shaw and Sanders.
Teron Cooper with 2 touchdown passes in the game for Woodland Hills. Miles Sanders, 2 touchdown runs of 15 and 40 yards. Joel Shaw, a couple of touchdown runs, 22 and 71 yards. Mac Hoots has a 23-yard touchdown catch for the Wolverines, and Avram Abramowitz a 9-yard touchdown catch as well. For the Titans, the one score came on a 71-yard catch and run on the screen to Nick Few. And the Titans, at that point, were down 31-7. Wolverines extended that lead to 38-7 before the half. Wolverines will get the football here in the second half. Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy with you here. Adam Gusky not here today. As we are at Shaler area, clouds have moved in to block the sun a little bit. Good crowd here on homecoming at Shaler's. They try and break a long losing streak. Probably not going to happen today. but they have to build, continue to work, and fight another day. Shaler next week will be in Butler, and then after that, they're going to be back home to face a very good North Allegheny team. Then they'll be on the road against Fox Chapel and Penn Trafford. So, but they have really had a tough schedule here out of the gates, have the Titans.
Yeah, North Allegheny really shocking the Whitfield so far this season with the upset victory against Central Catholic, which when I saw last night, what was going on, I was very shocked that NA has been able to do that, considering they were kind of down last couple of years after that tremendous run that they had in 2010, 11, and 12. So, be interested to see what happens.
Head coach Art Walker, of course, the son of Art Walker Sr., who coached some great Mount Lebanon teams in the 70s and 80s. He's continuing that tradition at North Allegheny. And here John Ladon, head coach of the Shaler Titans, has his work cut out for him. The former Robert Morris Colonial, John Ladon. The Titans will kick it to the Wolverines here to open up the third quarter, a 38-7 lead for Woodland Hills. Kick is on the ground, a short one, and just falling on it at the 38-yard line was Tyreek Thompson. Thompson falling on the football, and good starting field position for the Wolverines.
Just looking to see who's coming out for Woodland Hills in the second half. Looks like they pretty much have their entire starting lineup in there, with the exception of, I see number 73, Jaquay Thompson, 6'4", 321-pound offensive lineman. He's a junior.
Cooper back with sidecars. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. First down from the 38-yard line, make it the 37. Hand off to the right side. Looking for room on the near sideline, running over a man, and then going out of bounds. There's Miles Sanders for the Wolverines. Wolverines in their road whites. Titans in their home blues here on homecoming on the natural surface. Great to see the grass. You don't get to see the grass here much anymore in high school football. A good pickup, enough for a first down out to the 49-yard line for Sanders.
And I'm sure that's not the start that Shaler Titans wanted on defense, especially Miles Sanders picking up a first down on the first carry.
Titan defense with 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Fake the handoff. Cooper will take it to the near side and will go about 5 or 6 yards before being run out of bounds. Yeah, good game for Dron Cooper, the 175-pound senior for Woodland Hills, running this offense. So Wolverines try and build and get stronger as the season progresses. Hope to make another run to Heinz Field.
Yeah, that's the one thing that we really don't talk about when it comes to Dron Cooper, is his running ability. Unfortunately, the sacks as a hit against his rushing yardage, but he's done a great job of play fakes and keep pulling the ball out of the belly of Sanders and Shaw and picking up good yardage when he has an opportunity to.
Smart quarterback. I mean, really makes good decisions. Doesn't put Woodland Hills into any tough spots. That's what you want out of your quarterback. George Novak's got to be pleased with his quarterback play. Penalty on the defense. We'll move the ball up 5 yards to the 38-yard line. 3 wide to the left, 1 back. Cooper will throw to his left, and feeling footsteps perhaps. And dropping that football was Miles Sanders in the slot to the left. The man was right on him. I think that was Hartman bearing down. And it was number 21 for the Titans. Second down, Wolverines, early third quarter. Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy with you here. I'm talking about the natural surface. Years ago, in the mid-'80s, Mount Lebanon was the only field that had turf. Now everybody's got it. Back to pass. Cooper will throw and had his man, who was sliding on the near sideline, and unable to hang on to the football. And that was Mac Hoots. Falling down, unable to make the catch. It'll be 3rd down. Hoots with a touchdown catch to open the scoring in this game. A 6-foot senior for Woody High.
And I'm not sure. It looked like Mac Hoots had an opportunity to catch the ball. I just don't know if he saw it cleanly as it was going to the ground and couldn't get his hands on it.
3rd and 10. Flags and whistles before the snap. And can Woodland Hills have the same energy they had in the first half? Clearly in the driver's seat in this game. Overmatching their opponent, Shaler. Sometimes it's just tough to bring that same energy. We'll mark off 5 more yards against Shaler, and the Titans just shaking their heads. And mistakes on the defensive side here aren't helping matters for Shaler.
Yeah, 2 offsides penalties really putting Shaler's defense in a tough spot.
And we're not seeing back in the game big number 77 for Shaler. Came out in the first half. Massimo Vosa. Here's a handoff up the middle and a twist and spin and breaking out of traffic. Hell running to his left. Here comes Shaw. Shaw's going to cut back to the inside, carrying tacklers with him. He's going to bring it all the way down near the 10-yard line. And Joe Elshaw, nobody wants to tackle the big running back, Shaw. And he's able to burst forward down just outside the 10, another 1st down Wolverines.
And that is exactly what you don't want to see. Number 4 hobbling off to the sideline. Miles Sanders looks like he might have a twisted ankle, but he's coming off the field very gingerly.
Yeah, Sanders off to the near sideline, and Shaw just dragging tacklers with him down. And the Wolverines, the march continues. Well, Sanders, as you see there, is going to take a seat. We're going to take a look at him. Cooper, meanwhile, in the pistol. Mack will hand off. Shaw to the right side, and Shaw has clear space running across and into the end zone. Touchdown Wolverines as they break the 40-point mark.
Great job of Joe Elshaw. Really didn't have a lot of work to do on that play except get to the end zone, but he really made it look easy on that last play, just taking the handoff from Cooper, getting some excellent blocking up front, and then just really stepping into the end zone after one minor little hit by a Shaler defender.
Yeah, got touched at the goal line. That was about it. And Joe Elshaw busts into the end zone for his 3rd score of the day. On to kick the extra point, Thomas Sullivan Fogley, and the senior kicks it high and through. 45-7 Wolverines early in the 3rd quarter. All Wolverines today from Shaler. We'll be back to Titan Stadium. Tune into the Wolverines and Titans on MSA and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Thanks for sharing your Saturday afternoon with us. We're at Titan Stadium, Shaler High School. Homecoming for the Titans. Wolverines playing spoiler as they lead it 45-7 after the 11-yard touchdown run by Joe Elshaw. Kick is high, deep, fielded inside the 5. Hartman carries it up across the 25 to about the 26, and that's where Shaler will start their first possession of the second half. Trailing by 38, 10:24 to go, 3rd quarter. Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy with you. Let's see what kind of adjustments the Titans made here at halftime.
Yeah, and just as a note, it looked like Saeed Holt, number 10 for Woodland Hills, linebacker and special teams all-around demon, didn't have his shoulder pads on when he came out for the second half, so I think his day is pretty much done.
Yeah, the ice on the left knee in the first half. And no reason to risk him in this game with a 38-point lead. Back to pass Cooper. He's under Quinn. He's under pressure and brought down immediately. Nowhere to go for Quinn. 2 defenders in.
Tried to shake off Miguel Cobbs, but that really just doesn't work. Miguel did a great job of, once Quinn thought he had an opening, wrapped him up and brought him right to the turf.
Wolverines open the second half with a 62-yard touchdown drive, capped with an 11-yard touchdown run from Joel Shaw. Make it 45-7 now, a 2nd and 19 for the Titans. Carry it to the left side. Now breaking tackles, moving forward is Few, and Few across to the 30-yard line. And gets a nice gain after the big loss. So they go back to Few, the senior.
Looks like Woodland Hills is going to keep a lot of their starting defensive the defensive unit intact for at least this series. See what happens in the second series. Maybe start slowly subbing in some reserves into the game.
Third quarter, 8:48 to go. A 3rd and 7 here for the Titans. Quinn in the pistol, one to his right. Wideouts split to the left and right. He'll take 2 steps back, throw it. It's batted high into the air. 2 Wolverines there, but they couldn't find the football out of the air. Joel Shaw was there along with Miguel Cobbs.
And that would have been interesting to see who would have fought over that ball. Those 2 big guys. Joel Shaw did a great job of just getting up in the air, and then I thought that ball was going to sit right in the lap of Miguel Cobbs and watch him rumbling, stumbling, hopefully get into the end zone.
Surprised we're not seeing there's another position where I think the Titans might want to try that screen again. That ball was batted into the air by number 7, Joel Shaw. He almost came up with the interception. 4th and 7 for the Titans. 3 and out for Shaler on their first possession of the third quarter. But almost blocked, gets it away, and it'll roll across midfield and out of bounds at about the 42-yard line of Woodland Hills. And that's where the Wolverines will take over with a 38-point lead, and the clock rolling with the 38-point second half lead here for the Wolverines.
Looks like we might see a change at quarterback for Woodland Hills. Looks like number 12, Mike Whitehurst, is about to enter the ball game.
As you can see, a lot of empty seats now over on the Shaler side. They made it till halftime. Watched the halftime show, but a lot of folks may have gone home to watch some college football.
And of course you got to stick around for the crowning of the homecoming kings and queens.
Absolutely. We're going to stick around till the end with you. Don't worry about us. Garrell Fontaine, Fred Guy, here in the press box at Titan Stadium in Woodland Hills, enjoying a good afternoon of football here, leading by 38.
Yeah. Right now, Woodland Hills is just firing on all cylinders when it comes to this ball game. With the exception of maybe the special teams kicking unit really hasn't produced as much as they have in the past couple of games, but I'm sure that's something that Coach Whitehurst and Coach Scotty Henderson will work out during the week and get that righted.
It's really kind of a weird situation for a team to be in with a big lead second half. You don't want to get anybody hurt. You want to continue the integrity of the game. You want to keep your guys focused and playing hard. It's also tough when you're going against a really overmatched opponent, and Shaler is just that today.
Looks like Woodland Hills is coming right out of the sideline, right onto the field, no huddle.
Starting from their own 42-yard line. Wolverines, a big lead. Now the new quarterback will hand it off, and bursting across midfield and many yards, and still carrying it forward and finally being brought down was Peyton Hicks. Hicks on the handoff from Michael Whitehurst.
Great vision of Hicks of once he got to the second level, just bouncing it outside, getting good yardage on first down. And Peyton Hicks isn't really a stranger to carrying the ball this late in the game against Peters Township. He had quite a number of carries late in the ball game once Woodland Hills was up big.
Michael Whitehurst, the sophomore quarterback into the game, 5'11", 142-pounder, taking over the quarterback duties for Woodland Hills. First down from the Shaler 36-yard line. In the pistol, sidecars, drops it off to his left. And again, it's Hicks. Hicks coming to the near side, and he'll be dragged down by his shoulder pads on the near sideline finally. Another big game for Peyton Hicks, 5'9", 183-pounder for the Wolverines.
Michael Whitehurst is actually the son of Coach Larry Whitehurst, who coaches the running backs and special teams for Woodland Hills.
From the 28-yard line, 2nd and 2 it'll be for the Wolverines. Whitehurst in the pistol, one to his left, that's Hicks. He's got 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. He'll hand it off to Hicks, makes one man miss, makes a cut move, and this time he is brought down. And a good tackle from Jake Hartman, who doesn't let him get any further. The running back / defensive back for Shaler.
And I'm pretty sure Shaler's entire first team defense is still on the field. Coach Ladon opting not to start to sub out some of those, some of the starters as well.
Yep, he wants to keep those guys sharp, keep them working. This is Woodland Hills offense that has been really moving the football at will today. Michael Whitehurst to the pistol, one to his right. He'll send 3 wide out to the left, one to the near sideline. Whitehurst will hand it off up the middle this time, making a cut move, creating space, running forward, then running into a gang, and being taken down is Rodney Denard, 6'1" sophomore for the Wolverines. And another big gain for Woody High as they march towards another possible score.
Between Hicks and Denard, well, Hicks is a senior, but Denard listed as 6'1", 155-pound sophomore. That's pretty impressive size for a kid that young.
6'1", but just 155 pounds. Fill out that frame. 45-7 lead for the Wolverines. And marching for a first down at the 13-yard line of the Titans. Whitehurst in the pistol. Looking to throw, looks upfield, sees everybody covered. He's going to tuck it and run. He'll get across, line of scrimmage, get a few more, and then take a big shot. He was helped up to his feet. He took a hard shot from one of the Titans. I think it was Hassan Emerson. Dropped him to the grass. Took the ball all the way down at the 4-yard line.
And that's a really impressive play by Mikey Whitehurst, seeing some significant time for Woodland Hills at quarterback. Didn't see anybody downfield, and then once he didn't see anybody, he just did the right thing, tucked the ball, ran, picked up close to first down yardage.
He thought about going to the flat, but saw his man was pretty well covered. That was going to be a no gain. Flag on the play, handoff up the middle towards the goal line, just short, but we'll see what the flag is.
Saw a second flag come in really late after the play was over.
I think we'll see what the indication is. It's a warm afternoon here, overcast now in Pittsburgh. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. I saw a face mask on the defense. Was there a penalty on the offense as well?
Illegal substitution.
Substitution. So all amounts to a 2nd and 2 from the 4-yard line, so can still pick up a first down. Whitehurst, quarterback, will hand it off up the middle, stopped. A lot of traffic there and a pile, and will be brought down at about the 5-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be 3rd down. Michael Whitehurst comes to the sideline to get the play call. We'll head back to the huddle. Sophomore quarterback getting some playing time here in the 3rd quarter, with the Wolverines firmly in front. The Shaler Titans. Hicks now the running back, set behind Whitehurst. 2 wide to the right, 1 left. He'll hand it off to Hicks. Hicks up the middle where he meets a gang, and they're going to pile up and stop him there. We'll see if it's enough for a first down. It's going to be close. Looks like the ball is inside the 1. It is.
I was going to say, Garrett, I think they picked up the first down on the last play, so right now they're looking at second down and about 1.
They did give him the first down. So now second down and goal from the 1-yard line. A good spot here for the Wolverines. Whitehurst in the pistol. Hand it off to Denard. Denard up the middle and through for the touchdown. Wolverines extend this lead as Rodney Denard right up the middle runs it in for the touchdown, and the Wolverines eclipse the 50 mark.
Now, this is something that typically Woodland Hills will really take their foot off the gas pedal, but Denard did a great job of just really reading his blocks, and then once he sniffed the end zone, he dove over the goal line for the touchdown. On for the extra point is Sullivan Foglia. I think we can say it's officially a blowout here at Shaler. 52-7. The Wolverines all over the Shaler Titans here on the road. We'll be back to Titan Stadium at Shaler Area High School in just a minute. You're tuned into the Wolverines and Titans on MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Von Dane in for Adam Gusky alongside Fred Guy on the Woodland Hills Football Network. The Wolverines all over the Titans. 52-7 the score. It was 38-7 at the half, but a couple of touchdowns. 11-yard touchdown run for Joel Shaw. 1-yard touchdown run right up the gut by Rodney Denard. And the beat goes on as the Wolverines pick up right where they left off here in the second half. Over in kick, fielded at the 5-yard line. And then running into traffic is Parker Kilgore. He'll take it up to about the 24-yard line. Titans get another turn on offense here. And the outcome is pretty well decided, all but the final score. And the Titans will just try to find something to build on, as next week they will take on Butler, and Woodland Hills will be in the South Hills, facing the Highlanders of Baldwin. And I really wanted to watch a little bit more of the Mount Lebanon Baldwin game than I did. Unfortunately, wasn't able to, but I like to see the fact that you know, more and more high school games are getting broadcast on you know, TV, and obviously with MSA Sports, done a great job of just bringing the game to the masses of Western Pennsylvania.
Blanket coverage, really, of football in Western PA now. Good pickup on first down on the handoff up the middle. 8 yards picked up by the Titans, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter as the clock will roll down. And all Woodland Hills here on the grass at Titan Stadium. We'll be back. 1 quarter to go. It's all Wolverines, 52-7. Wolverines and Titans right here on the MSA and the Woodland Hills Football Network. In front of the Shaler Titans. It's all Woody High here today as we start the fourth quarter. And the Woodland Hills fans might now be outnumbering the Shaler fans. And a rough day for the home crowd. And it's all smiles on the Woodland Hills side. Shaler from their own 32, 2nd and 2 to open the fourth quarter. Under center is Quinn, the single back. Quinn with a heavy rush, drops it off underneath, a little bit of room, cutting to his left. There he goes, it's Nick Few. Nick Few on the burst, gets past the defense. He's got one to beat. Few will race past everyone down the sidelines. 5, touchdown. Nick Few has another long touchdown burst on the catch and run, and the Titans back on the board with their second score of the game. It's 52-13.
And Shaler did exactly to the Woodland Hills second team unit that they did to the first team unit in terms of catching them over in an over pursuit. deep penetration with the defensive lineman, running the screen pass. And Pugh's, 2 for 2 today on that screen pass in terms of catches and touchdowns.
And Pugh has that speed. They just got to find a way to get him the ball in the open field more often. And if there's anything Woodland Hills needs to look at on the film this week, it's those screens and those throws underneath. Shaler gets back on the board. It's now a 52-14 game. And we'll send it away. We'll come right back. Titan Stadium, all Wolverines. Wolverines and Titans here on MSA and the Woodland Hills Football Network. In the first half, Nick Few had a 71-yard catch and run on a screen for a touchdown. And here to open up the fourth quarter, Few with a 68-yard touchdown reception from Jack Quinn for the second Titan touchdown of the game. 52-14 now. Woodland Hills still firmly in control. Glad to have you with us on the Woodland Hills Football Network and MSA, wherever you're tuning in from. There's Junior on camera. Hopefully you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. Glad to have you with us. Titans will kick off. Zach Feriak, 5'9" freshman for the Titans, will boot it away. 11:45 to go, fourth quarter. The Wolverines will field it. Rodney Denard up the right side. Denard carrying tacklers with him. He'll get up across the 40-yard line, and that's where Woodland Hills will start their third possession of the second half. Comfortable lead for Woodland Hills, but they've been bit a couple of times on the same type of play, Fred.
Yeah, the screen pass has really eaten Woodland Hills up today. 3 times Shaler was able to get really good yardage, and twice is resulting in a touchdown.
2 touchdowns for Shaler. And Shaler blown out in their first 2 games by final scores of 63-7 to Pine Richland and 42-6 at the hands of Central Catholic. They've given up 52 so far here in this game. But the highest scoring output of the season, 14 points on the board. And Woodland Hills taking over from their own 41.
New quarterback in for Woodland Hills, Tyrese Robinson, number 19.
Third quarterback to play. Robinson will hand it off, breaking a tackle, going to his left, now dancing back to his right on the cut move, going forward, getting yardage. That was Denard.
Good job by Denard of not being so eager to try to cut it outside. Saw a cutback lane in the middle of the field and hit it pretty nicely and picked up some decent yardage on first down.
Kind of twisted awkwardly at the end of that play. He seems to be all right. He'll come out to the sideline though. Tyrese Robinson in the pistol with sidecars. Wide out split on either side. And he'll hand it off this time. Sweeping around to the right side, now finding some running room. Bursting ahead is Jaquan Smith. Smith to the far sideline. He'll pick up a first down and more all the way down to a 31-yard line of the Shaler Titans.
I just still think that's funny to see a number 80 lined up in the backfield.
Yeah. Another big gainer. This time it's Jaquan Smith carrying the football. 5'10" sophomore, 167-pounder. They're going to mark it just outside the 32-yard line. Wolverines with a 52-14 lead. Clock rolling here in the fourth quarter. 9.5 minutes to go. And off to the man in motion. He'll cut to his right. Has some room and being tackled after a gain of about 7. That's Amir Cobbs, the diminutive 5'5" wide receiver, who came in motion and picked up 11 on the play down to the 21-yard line.
And I think they might be a little nice when they mentioned him at 5'5". Amir Cobbs is actually the son of Woodland Hills legend Melvin Cobbs. Melvin, not much taller than Amir, to be honest with you, but Melvin probably at his peak playing weight with Woodland Hills was probably about 215 pounds of solid muscle.
First down from the 21-yard line. Back to pass this time is Robinson. He'll drop it off left side, and again it's number 80. He'll dance on the sideline on the left side, now trying to fight his way in, and he will fall across the goal line for the touchdown. Dancing and tiptoeing his way along that near sideline. And into the end zone is Jaquan Smith.
It looked like Jaquan Smith just ran a little bit of a flare route from his running back position, and Robinson hit him pretty much in stride. Did a good job of, once he corralled the ball, making some Shaler defenders miss, shedding one tackle, really juking out another one, and then as he got to the end zone, just fell over the pylon.
Tyrese Robinson to Jaquan Smith. And the kick is up and good. And it's 59-14 Woodland Hills. 8:29 to go in this one. The turquoise and black running away with it here from Shaler. We'll be back to Titans Field. Tune in to Wolverines and Titans, MSA Sports, and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Well, the extra players coming in for Woodland Hills here in the fourth quarter. But the same result. Another touchdown for Woody High. This time it's quarterback Tyrese Robinson with a 21-yard drop-off touchdown pass to Jaquan Smith. And it's 59-14 in Woodland Hills. And in just a few minutes they can start focusing on the Fighting Highlanders of Baldwin.
And I might need to check the record books on this one, but this might be the highest output Woodland Hills has ever had in the 59 points.
Really? It's surprising to me. Kickoff fielded at the 15-yard line. Going to his left, finding a little bit of room, and then taken down at the 28-yard line is Darian Pedrati. And that's where Shaler will take over. With just over 8 minutes to go in the football game. And Shaler, the long struggles continue. The losing streak extended now. And they will try and turn things around against Butler on the road next week.
Garrett, Woodland Hills typically what will happen is if they get up big on a team late in the second quarter or late in the second half or the third quarter, typically Coach Novak will opt to maybe kick a field goal on first down if they get the ball deep in their own territory or deep in their opponent's territory.
Under center here now is Quinn. Quinn drops the football out of the snap, and that wasn't Quinn either. The ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Shaler. Falling on that loose football was Jeremy Barnhart, and a new quarterback in for Shaler here in this blowout, and he fumbles the first snap he gets. Is that Hunter Zakowski?
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Hunter Zakowski, number 17, the sophomore at 5'9" at quarterback. It looks like Quinn's day is over for Shaler. Under center, two-back set. We'll hand it off. Carrying it forward, little stiff arm. Tackle up to about the 32-yard line. Carrying it forward is Jeremy Barnhart, the senior for Shaler. Pick up 5 on the play. It'll set up a 3rd and 5 from the 33-yard line.
It looks like quarterback Mikey Whitehurst is being tended to on the Woodland Hills sideline.
Back to pass, rolling out to his left, trying to throw downfield, and he threw it right to the referee. Well overthrown of the intended target, but right on the money to the zebra on the far sideline. He made a nice catch, but that'll bring up a 4th down for Shaler, and just unable to move the football here in the second half. They had the one catch and run for the long touchdown by Nick Few, but that's been it for Shaler here in half number 2. Clock rolling down to 5:45. They trail at 59-14.
Despite Sikowski listed at 5'9", 145, looked like he had a pretty strong arm on that throw.
He did, but it really looked like he saw the referee, and he threw it right to him. Well overthrown. And a punt on the far side, high, and it'll go out of bounds. And the punter was hit on the play, and that's going to be a flag against Woodland Hills. And that might leave the ball with Shaler. They're going to mark it off. And that'll be a first down for the Titans on the roughing call.
15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, not what you want to do if you're Woodland Hills. There's no excuse for that at this point in the game. A 59-14 lead with 5:21 to go.
And when you get younger players in there with not a lot of experience, a little bit eager to make something happen on the varsity setting, things like that will happen.
Woodland Hills firmly in control here. (59-14) lead. And now Shaler will have a first down from their own 47-yard line after the roughing the punter call. Hunter Zukowski again in a quarterback, goes back on a play fake, but then the play is blown dead. And now the flags start picking up here late in the game. Is that a delay?
I don't know. I didn't see him make any motion.
That's certainly something you'll see with a new quarterback in the game. Long, tough losing streak for Shaler. Boy, it is not easy to go into the locker room after those losses keep piling up and keep your chin up. First and 15 from the 43-yard line now for the Titans. Zukowski under center. Play action fake. Looks back, drops back. Now he's going to throw deep. He's got a man. He's got the catch. Running into the end zone is Battaglia. Battaglia gets behind the Woodland Hills defense. And a look at that throw from number 17, Hunter Zukowski, on the connection. And a long touchdown pass. And a touchdown, Zukowski to Battaglia. It's 59-20.
And Zukowski did a great job of selling the play action. And like I mentioned earlier, he has a nice arm. And Battaglia really made a great catch, leaping up, getting both hands on the ball. And then once he got it down, marched his way into the end zone.
Third touchdown of the game for Shaler, and all of them long touchdowns. Zukowski to Battaglia. 48-yard touchdown pass. Nothing cheap about that one.
Extra point attempt is up and good. Score now, Woodland Hills 59,
Shaler with a 48-yard TD pass. Zukowski to Battaglia makes it 59-21. 4:17 to go in this one. We'll be right back to Titan Stadium. You're tuned into the Wolverines and Titans, the MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Garrow Von Dane and Fred Guy here at Titan Stadium. And Shaler brings in the young quarterback, Hunter Zukowski, the 5'9" sophomore. And Fred, you mentioned it a few moments ago. He looked like he had a strong arm, and he proved it on that play, on that deep ball to Mike Battaglia. Battaglia actually looked like he was slowing down on the play and then had to speed up again to make that catch, and then did the rest with his feet.
Yeah, he did a great job of just maintaining concentration on the football, making sure he came down with it, and then had a couple steps behind the Woodland Hills defender and marched right into the end zone.
6'1" sophomore Battaglia, showing good hands. The kickoff. Woodland Hills will field from their own 10. Running up and being brought down at about the 35-yard line. That's where the Wolverines will start. A 59-21 lead. Thanks for joining us here, Garo Von Dane and Fred Guy. All Wolverines. The Titans looking for some positives in this game, and I think they found a few. Have had some pass opportunities. They just couldn't connect well in the first half. Quinn able to a little bit more in the second half. Obviously too little too late, but you're looking for those positives moving ahead. And right now they got 21 points on the board against the second-ranked Wolverines.
Yeah, and if I'm Baldwin and I'm watching this game, I'm thinking we're going to run a lot of screens against Woodland Hills to watch them over pursue and hopefully keep them in an over pursuit.
Hand off to the left side and a good burst up the near sideline. Being brought down finally was Seth Beadle, the 5'9" sophomore for the Wolverines, into the game.
And I'm looking at the second team, maybe even the third team offensive line for Woodland Hills. And these guys are just as big in terms of weight as the first team offensive line.
A lot of size on this club. Wolverines. Daniel Jones in at quarterback. Sidecars. Jones will hand it off to the man in motion. That's not Steve Breston, but it is number 15, Lawrence Robinson.
Robinson, the ball carrier, tackled by Pedrati.
It looks like, listed as a senior, Robinson is number 15. This looks like coach is, doing everything he can to get everybody as much possible game time as he can.
59-21 lead for the Wolverines. I've done a few Clairton games the last couple of years, and when it comes mop-up time, they just don't have enough players. They're so thin roster-wise that they can't bring in all the backups. And what else can you do? That's why a lot of times those scores are so ridiculous in the Clairton games. Near side and a good run up the near sideline. And a good pickup, Daniel Jones, and a little push after the tackle. Shaler player. There's a flag on the field. And the play's going to come back. Final minutes from Titan Stadium.
Penalty from the spot of the flat.
Spot foul against the Wolverines. Are going to mark it back at the 35-yard line.
And that really negates a nice run by Jones, who was very patient after he had bobbled the snap, was able to pick it up and just basically waited for his running back and a pulling lineman to get ahead of him and pick up some nice yards, but all for naught.
Minute 45 and counting. Throw it across on the slant. Good catch, big hit. Connection with Nazir Taylor, sophomore for the Wolverines. He is hit hard and brought down at the 48-yard line. A long third and about 8 for the Wolverines. They'll need to get to the 44.
Taylor did a good job of basically hanging in there. Knew he was going to get hit hard, but didn't really pay that any attention. Just made sure he made the catch.
Handoff up the middle, positive yards. Not enough for the first down. Going to take it just outside the 45, maybe the 46 of the Titans.
Smith with the carry.
Going to mark it just outside the 35-yard line. 4th and 1 for the Wolverines. 59-21 lead, Woodland Hills.
I think Woodland Hills has to run at least one more play before the scoreboard clock hits triple zeros.
Flag before the snap. Motion call against the Wolverines, so they'll have to snap it once more. And that'll be all she wrote from Titan Stadium. A few faithful have remained in attendance here tonight. And Woodland Hills comes on the road for a special Saturday afternoon matinee. And they're going to walk out with a record of 3 wins and 0 losses and look ahead to the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders. That's a 7:30 start next Friday night. Coverage beginning right here at 7:10 p.m. Adam Gusky will be back in the chair. And they won't have to snap it again. The clock's just going to roll off to end this football game. Woodland Hills defeats the Shaler Titans on the road by a final score of 59-21. Post-game show coming up next. Keep it right here. You're tuned into the Wolverines and Titans on MSA Sports and the Woodland Hills Football Network.
So did Adam tell you about the...
Yeah, a lot of scoring for Woodland Hills today as they come on the road here against Shaler and run away with a 59-21 victory. Let's recap what happened in the game. Shaler got the ball first to open up the ball game, first quarter, after an interception by Jamon Dunn. 23-yard touchdown pass from Cooper to Mac Hooks. Hooks made it 7-0 for Woodland Hills. And then after another Shaler turnover, Woodland Hills took over and handed it off to Joel Shaw, who burst 22 yards for the touchdown. It was 13-0, missed extra point. Woodland Hills was up by 13, just with 6:14 to go in the first quarter. Woodland Hills continued the scoring later in the quarter when, with 40 seconds to go in the period, a 71-yard touchdown run for Joel Shaw made it 19-0, his second touchdown of the game. And just like that, Woodland Hills off and running, up by 3 scores at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, the beat goes on. 15-yard run for Miles Sanders. Woodland Hills getting the ball at the 15-yard line of Shaler after a fumble by Jake Hartman. That made it 25-0 Woodland Hills early in the second quarter. Continuing the scoring, they jumped out to a 31-0 lead after a 40-yard touchdown burst from Miles Sanders. All Woodland Hills already. Shaler got their first points of the game with 8:18 to go in the first half on taking advantage of the Woodland Hills aggressiveness on defense, dropping it off to Nick Few on a screen. He goes 71 yards for the touchdown to make it 31-7. But Woodland Hills responded a few minutes later on a 9-yard touchdown catch after an interception by Jamon Dunn. Avram Abramowitz with the catch with 3:52 to go in the half made it 38-7. That's where we stood at the break. All Woodland Hills. Wolverines got the football to open the second half, started at their own 38-yard line, and punched it in for an 11-yard score from Joel Shaw to make it 45-7, just to erase any hopes of any type of Shaler comeback. Shaler then getting on the board for the second time in the game in the fourth quarter on a 68-yard touchdown pass to Nick Few. That came after a 1-yard touchdown run from Rodney Denard. I don't want to skip over that one. 52-14 was the lead then for Woodland Hills. And they made it 59-14 on a 21-yard pass to Jaquan Smith before Shaler got one more on the board to make it sound a little bit better. 48-yard pass from Hunter Zukowski to Michael Battaglia in mop-up duty. So the Titans get 3 touchdowns on the board, but at the end of the day, it's Woodland Hills running away to a 59-21 victory. All Woodland Hills here on the road. They take care of business here against a struggling Shaler squad. And we will be back to wrap things up. But first, we're going to send it back, send a break, and then Russ will take over with some other news from back in the studios. And turn into the Wolverines and Titans right here on MSA and the Woodland Hills Football Network. Stick around.